Hi, Larry.
Hi, Linda.
Hello.
Warm enough for you today?
Yeah, my AC is working overtime. It's hovering. The house holds the cold and heat really well, so it's cycling through. You know, it'll cool the house down and then it'll stop, and then the house warms up a little bit and it'll start again. So it's on and off, on and off. I suppose if I tried to.
We just got a wall air conditioner, and then we turn on the furnace fan, circulate it through the house. It cools it down pretty good.
Now, right now I got about 72.
Yeah, we got 76 where I'm at here.
Yeah.
But it was 81. So it's coming down. It was 92 out here today.
Yeah, I don't know what it was here. I wasn't really paying attention.
We were out shortly for a few minutes, running around town just to go to the bank and see what else did we do. Oh, dropped off our voting thing. That's all we did.
Yeah. It's 96 in Cornelius right now.
Wow. I mean, it's 96 where my daughter lives in Hillsboro.
Yeah, well, that's next door.
We were there last weekend. She had a garage sale and we stayed Friday and Saturday and came home Saturday night. We didn't sell too much, but she did pretty good.
Yeah, I'm hoping I'll do okay at the August swap meet. Getting rid of a bunch of the last of the radio stuff.
The last of the radio stuff. Oh boy, that sounds like good stuff.
No, it's
The last is the
Elizabeth,
best, worst.
all the radios are gone. I have no radios to sell. I have miscellaneous JUNQUE junk.
Sounds like stuff for the trash bash table.
Yeah. Well, if it doesn't go in Seattle, if I don't get rid of it even on the free table, then I'm going to drop it off at Goodwill on my way home or the garbage can, one or the other.
Yeah. You're going to be going to the 29th, July, Linda?
No, I don't. That's the weekend my daughter moves in.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, it's my son's birthday, so we're busy then.
Well, I'm going to go because it's close to me.
Oh, I would normally go, but unfortunately, you have other obligations.
Yeah. Did I tell you guys about the bookcase that I was going to put in my living room? The 20-foot bookcase?
Nope, I didn't see that or hear about that.
20-foot long or 20-foot high?
20-foot long. Oh, gotta hang on a second.
I like the dragon.
Yeah, that's my background.
Well, if you don't have enough books, fill it up with radios.
I don't have any radios.
Well, get some. There's plenty to be had.
Yeah, I know. Come on. This virtual background thing is driving me crazy.
Yeah, we lost you. We could see the dragon, but not you.
I know, because I have it on the I have turned the camera around. There we go. Okay, I'm gonna try this one more time.
Turn off the background.
That's what I'm trying to do. And I think because I had the camera turned around, it wouldn't let me.
Oh.
So you're surviving, Gary? Keep cool?
Say
You
again?
keeping cool?
Oh
you
yeah, it's
keeping
not
cool?
too bad here. It's about 78 degrees out, and I got the garage door wide open. I just put a coat of lacquer on a cabinet that I'm refinishing, so the temperature is perfect for that. It'll smooth out nicely and level itself, dry slowly, hopefully.
Yeah, we got home from town today and it was 81 in the house.
Yeah.
Now it's back down to about 74. The air conditioner we turned on.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I didn't think it was hot enough to turn on the air conditioning. So we'll suffer. It's not too bad.
Yeah, it was 96 and 97 last Saturday. We were down to my daughter's in Hillsboro.
Yeah, it gets warmer down there in Portland than it does up here in Seattle.
Yeah. But there was a lot of people came Friday, steady stream, and my daughter sold quite a bit of stuff.
What was Friday?
Oh, that's it. They had a swap meet.
Oh,
I mean, a garage sale.
Okay.
Garage sale.
Well, there's Blake.
Yeah,
Good
There's
morning. Good afternoon. Good evening.
something like that.
Yeah. Happy Wednesday.
Yeah. Say hi to Scott too.
Hi guys. Hey Scott.
All
I
right.
can't get it.
Hey, Blake, you still got my radiola hood in your pocket?
I'm sorry, I missed the comment. I was tuned somewhere else. What's up?
You still got my radiola light hood in your pocket?
No, but it's right here in a box of stuff I'm taking with me.
Oh, okay.
Have not forgotten. Yeah, it's in that box right there.
Hey, Blake, you live in Vancouver, right?
I do.
We got a Passara member who's moving down to Vancouver shortly. And he's just a fantastic individual. He's been so helpful with the club. Unfortunately, we're gonna miss him, but he'll join your group in Northwest. And
Wonderful. Do you know where in Vancouver he's moving?
I don't yet. He hasn't moved yet. He's still packing and getting himself moved in.
Well, if he hasn't moved yet, tell him that all the good guys are on the East End.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm being rude. I'm letting you look at my chin. I'm finishing up the electronic portion of a 36 Zenith 9 tube chassis.
Uh-huh.
And Scott is here tonight and brought a box of things for me to work on that don't look anything like 9 tube Zeniths. They look like All American 5s.
Uh-huh.
But I wanted to get these last two filters in.
Filters?
Yeah, this radio has a 22 microfarad 450 and a pair of 10s over here. And the I got my punch out and put a number 6 size hole in the side of the chassis and mounted a double terminal strip. And I'm moving the wires and getting ready to put the new capacitors in. This one is not a candidate for putting the capacitors in the can.
Uh-huh. Linda, you did it. The
I
dragon's
know. I figured it out. I figured it out. Okay, there we go. All right. So there's
wow, look at that. That's an impressive built-in.
yeah, it goes all the way. So it's 20 feet from there to my back patio.
That's 4 feet longer than my workbench.
Hmm.
And it's and it's full of books, all 2,000 of them.
Wow.
Wow.
Now what you need is some good old-fashioned 1960s bookshelf speakers for your stereo.
There you go.
I want to know how many of those 2,000 books you've read.
All of them,
Why are you keeping them then?
because I collect them.
Oh, okay. That's different.
It is a collection, not
Collectible?
couple of them maybe. They're mostly half of the bookshelf's about science fiction. I belong to the science fiction book club since the 70s.
So you got Harry Potter?
Yeah, at least 2 complete sets.
You got
Right.
it.
Well, the thing is, some of them are mine, some of them are my kids, and they're moving in, so we're going to weed out the duplicates.
Sorry, I'm joining late. Blake, what are you working on there?
I'm working on a 1936 9 tube Zenith, and
Oh,
I am about 10 minutes away from being done with it.
done?
Well, the electronic part. Then I'm going to move on to the physical portion of it. Remount tuner and what else have I got in here? It needs a new belt. So
Nice.
we'll go see if we can find a belt for it. And it is really good to see you again. How are you?
Yeah, it's good. I'm doing good. Good to see you guys as well. Thanks for having me.
Is this your first time on the meeting?
Yeah, in the last maybe 2-ish years, I think so.
Well, you
Excellent.
were on more recently than that, weren't you?
Then I'm going to do the introduction. Folks,
Okay.
This is John Livingston, who used to be in the Portland area and moved down the road just a little bit to Tennessee, as I recall.
Well, I'm actually in Kentucky, but yeah, just
Kentucky.
north of
Okay,
Tennessee.
well, you know, when you're here in Washington, those two are pretty close.
Yeah,
But John is absolutely a peach of a guy, and he used to come over here every Thursday night, I think it was, and we worked on
Wednesday, yeah.
Wednesday, and we worked on radios, and we worked on a lot of RCA 45 RPM players.
That's right. That's right. Yeah,
John,
that's
this
still
is
kind of
our
my passion. Yeah.
group. This is John.
Oh,
Nice to
Hey,
meet
John.
y'all. Yeah, I'm
Welcome
kind
in.
of the king of 90% restorations. That last 5 or 10%, I never seem to be able to get done without Blake's help. So I'm greatly missing him and all of you who I used to be much closer to.
Yeah.
Don't let him fool you. He's pretty darn good with those 45 players.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. That's one of my favorite record players.
I've
gotten quite good at restoring though.
I haven't tried it out yet to see what's wrong with it, but it looks complete. I can't wait to get into it. It's all Bakelite.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I've got about 3 of those, Gary.
I have one that he gave me that I still play weekly. I work from home 1 day a week and get a nice stack of 45s on. The nice thing about those RCAs is they're so limited in their capability that even the inexpensive used 45s on eBay sound pretty darn good.
Yeah, oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I have my old 45. It's a little pink carrying case for 45s.
Uh-huh.
And I have about 6. When my kids were little, you know, they got into my record collection and started using them as toys, frisbees,
Oh yeah, yeah. I
And-
remember throwing some of those myself when I was a kid.
and scratched. A lot of my collection is
Yeah, that'll do it. That'll do it.
irreversibly. It's already gone. I mean, they were damaged beyond repair, beyond
Oh, okay. Yeah.
that you couldn't even play them. They were so badly scratched. So
I seem to remember my mother in a can of gold paint and the oven.
oh yeah, making
What?
things. Yes, yes.
What
Well,
about the oven though?
Yeah, who is it? One of those home repair shows on HGTV, Home and Garden Television. They took some 78s, some old 78s, and slipped them into hot water and made an L out of them, folded them and used them as bookends.
Gotcha.
Ooh.
Pat, good to see you again, my friend.
Yep. I have, Wednesday nights are not Wednesday nights unless I have somebody with me, and your replacement is sitting right there. His name is, yeah, that's Scott Thomas. He is the secretary of our local club.
Oh, okay. Hey, Scott.
Yeah, all we
Thanks for
can
all
all
you
we
do
can
there.
see all we can see, Blake, is the car.
What's good?
Oh, we can see him.
All right. Well,
2 elbows. There we go.
There.
Hello.
yeah, I'm not proud of that car or anything.
Linda,
Yeah.
can I have one of my friends join the Zoom meeting a little bit tonight? Because he wants to join your thing, but he just kind of wanted to see. He's from Auburn.
Auburn, Washington.
Yep.
I've been there.
Yeah.
He
I mean,
was just kind of curious to see what it was like.
yeah, anybody can join the meeting. I mean, it's not
Okay. I'll
private,
tell him.
is it, Pat? It's not.
We've all had our shots.
Okay.
David has the car again.
Okay, so you're gonna need some. You got Zoom?
Yeah.
Okay, go to Zoom and I'll give you the numbers.
Oh, well, I'm at the garage right now. I have to go in the house. Maybe you can just tell me the numbers.
Okay,
I can poke it in.
okay, write it down or whatever.
Okay, go ahead.
916 955 9120. And-
Okay, you kind of looked out, County Hill, 916
Yes,
955 9120.
correct. Yes. And then the pass code is 339545.
Okay, all right, I'll check it out.
Yeah, it starts about 7, starts now, but people get on a little bit before that. And it goes for probably about an hour or so.
Okay.
I haven't
But they
seen him go for
already
a long,
just tell my friend Larry George,
at
I
least
asked
an
the president, and she said it was all right.
Okay. All right, cool. All right, yeah, right for Saturday, and I'll let you know for sure if I'm coming down. I probably will.
Okay, yeah, my son was gonna go with me,
Okay,
Mark, so I get to pick him up. Yeah, Mark, not Byron, but this is my older son.
yeah, okay.
All right, well, give me a call or email me or something. Don't rely on the text because we don't always have the cell phone on.
And Gary, Larry, you can just click on the link and it'll be right soon.
Okay.
All right, talk to you later. Thanks for calling.
He's on the phone.
Bye.
Yeah. He's gonna connect from a different place.
Possibly.
But do you guys use the link, or do you type in the meeting code and password?
I always click on the link.
Yeah, me
Yeah.
too.
I
But
just clicked on the link too.
I can't because it's on my computer, not on my tablet.
It's all right.
Blake, does Joe still stop by your place often or?
Occasionally when he needs things. He was over last weekend, picked up about $100 worth of parts, took it out in the grocery bag.
Oh, okay. How's he doing with his repairs these days?
He's gotten back more into music, but he's still,
Okay.
still got his little place on Radio Attic, and
Uh-huh.
so here's tonight's first radio. This must be a later one. It's one of the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's a 6-tube Zenith. It's got one miniature tube in it, and the rest of are octals.
It has 2 miniature tubes.
There's 2 miniature tubes. One. Well,
That one's stuck down. Or just the
no,
wrong one.
that's
Oh,
must
that's
be
the
the
right
wrong
one.
one. You
That's the
don't.
right one.
No, I'm still looking for that other miniature tube.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so that's an older one. But there's,
Hello, Brian.
supposed to be the newer model of that, huh? So there's a miniature here and a miniature here.
Looks like they replaced the rectifiers. This is probably a third. Yeah, it looks like a 35 W4.
And there's another one.
And there's another one.
So
You had
there's-
9 more. We'd have a dozen of these things.
There's spare parts
Okay.
and 2 diagrams.
This car, Christian, is that yours?
No, just one from a car show.
Oh,
It's like a 39 or a 44.
Isn't that a 34?
No, it's 40.
I've restored lots of radios out of 44s. They're absolutely miserable. They hinge like a clamshell around the front of the radio. And half of them were made by Zenith and the other half by Philco. And they're both miserable.
well,
What makes them miserable?
Putting them all back together, like I said, the front of the radio is the joint point, and they literally they close like a clamshell.
yep. Oh, see mine.
The repair of the chassis, I don't recall being too awfully bad. It's a standard, I think, 6.2 with a single 6V6 in the end of it, but 39 I think was a 2-piece, but the 44 that was a single piece radio, and they stuffed it all in there.
The vibrator, right? Vibrator radio.
Oh, yeah.
Do you change it? Do you put a modern vibrator in it, or do you use a rebuild?
You know, that is a call that is up to the owner. I never use a solid state vibrator in working on them. I've got, you know, mechanical vibrators that I've taken apart, burnished the contacts and got them working well. You don't want to put a solid state one in until they're absolutely perfect, because there's no forgiveness in one of these electronic ones. And this is one of the later ones. This weighs maybe 2 ounces.
What's the year on this radio again?
It'll show.
The one I'm working on.
Yes. Well,
I don't
48.
know. I think you have the schematics, it probably says on there.
Oh,
I think they're earlier than that, but
no, this is an 015. It's a 46.
okay.
015, 0130. They have the sweeping AM dial on them. This one's an E model.
They're out in your shops working on stuff, floors. I should be out in my shop working on stuff.
Why are you doing that? Huh? Got to be productive. Anybody have any W radios or any Hitachis they want to show?
We've got a Westinghouse back there, but it's all buried. That's what I got up here on the bench.
I got a Hitachi. I got a Hitachi.
Okay. All right, Larry. We want to see your Hitachi.
Yeah. I don't see any W things up here.
the Stuart Warrens.
No Stuart Warner's count. If it was a Warner Stewart, it might. What I got up there.
The W in there somewhere.
Yeah.
Let's see those.
AC Dayton, that didn't start with W. General Electric. Airline. We'd have to go out and count the shed.
I almost brought the Westinghouse through. See if we can bring it back to life.
Oh, well.
Maybe next week.
What's this one do?
Nothing,
Nothing at all?
absolutely nothing.
Absolutely nothing. Huh? Cool. Well,
No lights, no nothing.
You start from scratch there. Huh?
you test the tubes?
Yes,
Okay.
I actually had Robbie come yesterday. and, we
You
went
had
through
Robbie
everything.
test the tubes? Oh, we're testing them again.
Uh-oh.
Nice and tight.
Stupid camera thing. It's down in between.
W radios, Westinghouse.
Yeah.
Yeah, Western Air Patrol,
We have one of those too.
Westinghouse.
Western Air.
Oh, I hate this case.
Here's my Westinghouse.
Oh yeah. You had. I used to had one. Or is that Tartan Check? Is it, which one?
I bought it because it's plaid.
Is it plaid?
Covers the camera.
What's the difference actually between Tartan Check and plaid? Is there a difference? Just
Yeah.
different name.
Tartan is clan related. Plaid is just plain old checkers, you know.
Anybody know what this is?
Multi-band.
Oh, yeah. I remember you showing me that before, Blake.
What is it, John?
When
Oh.
I think you're trying to remove a tube in a very tight
Yes, I am.
space and you
That's
can't get your
exactly
fingers
what it is.
in there, then you
Looks
put
like
that
a
thing on there and
Chinese,
pull it out, right?
Chinese
Pulls
scrapper,
you
right out of a hard spot.
Isn't that the safety for Champagne Corp?
I don't know. It's tube puller for me.
Yeah, that makes it a little brighter.
Oh, Larry's got a, what is that? Not a Westinghouse,
No, it's a Hitachi.
a Hitachi, okay.
Yeah, Hitachi.
Hitachi.
So it's a copy of a,
Hitachi, right?
A TO knockoff.
yeah,
Yeah.
of a transoceanic.
Isn't it pronounced Hitachi, Franklin?
Yeah.
Might have found it
It's
at the yard.
also-
What is
also
America?
pronounced by Hyundai,
Where'd you find it, Larry?
but people
was
call
on
it
the-
Hyundai.
It was an estate sale a few years ago.
Did it work when you got it?
Yeah, but it has the broken antenna things in the back.
It has dual antenna too, right?
It has one for the short wave and one for FM.
David has a radio.
We
Yeah,
have, we have so many
this is
antennas coming in from the Galen Fade estate in the free table because, you know, he had piles and piles of stuff. So it's too bad you weren't down here, Larry, to sort through that junk.
I've got a drawer full of them. You're welcome to come sift through those and see if any work.
this is a Westinghouse Canadian. And it was model 465. And it is officially approved by the Hydroelectric Power Commission of Ontario, Canada. This is the original finish on it. And I believe it's got to be, you know, like about a 37. Original finish on it, and it's got the dial on it that has, it's got the shortwave and it's got the you know, mid-range wave or AM, you know, channels.
Medium wave.
And the colors will change as you switch from each range. So it'll be green on the bottom for shortwave and amber on the top for AM. And it's got kind of a weird, it's got an on-off switch with volume. And then it's got a tone switch. And then it's got it's got two types of, this is the different ranges. And I believe that this is got two different levels of tuning. It's got the slow tune and it's got the fine tune on it. So it's kind of a cool radio.
So
It's-
what's the frequency range on it?
The shortwave, so it's just typically AM, so it's 550 to whatever, 1680 or whatever it is.
Oh, okay.
And then it's the shortwave is, I'd have to take a look. You know what? Is it to turn the light? The thing weighs about 45 pounds. So it's about, you know, it's about 500 to 1720 or something like that for the AM. And shortwave would be 1.8 meters to 3.5. So whatever 3 point, it'd be that's about a what, 900 megahertz or something like that. Yeah, so anyways, it's kind of cool. It's like I said, it's the original finish on it. I really thought the tuning was cool, where you had two different levels. You had a fine and you had a coarse tune on it. So I got this in Seattle. I bought it from a gentleman up there.
Probably thought that
I
speed
paid way too much money for it, but
coil choke, whatever it is,
it's Canadian made Westinghouse.
that's farther than I got. Any of the
Six
tubes?
tubes.
What did you need to fix it? Or is it
No,
running?
I didn't. He said he went through it, you know, and I only ran it you know how it is. You go, you, oh, this is nice. So you take it home, you turn it on. The wife says, shut the damn thing off. So you know, then that's where it's sat ever since. But it's relatively clean. The chassis is nice and clean. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. It's got the right labels in it and stuff like that.
I sure wish you would start a radio station of oldies again.
You want me to start a radio station of oldies?
Of the golden oldies, yeah.
I got
I
one
used
on
to-
11. I got
Used to
11.
take about any old tube radio and tune it to 1550 and it'd sound just like it did in the 60s when I listened to it.
Well, I got big band music on 1140, don't you?
I don't think I get it, no.
Oh, it's too bad.
Well,
Where's it supposed to come out of
Well, it comes out of my garage.
besides that?
That's about it. I think you can get it across the street. The house across the street's for sale.
I hear if you live over by Robbie, you can listen to his radio station.
You can.
Well, there's, you know, if you like the 50s and 60s stuff, you know, Kissin' FM, you know, you can go and you can stream that off the web. And, you know, if you have you know, Bluetooth.
Well, I'm just saying it does. I put it through an old tube radio AM and it sounds just like it did when I was listening to in the 60s.
Well, but it's the content.
It's how it filters through and the speaker and everything else. It just sounds like old music.
No, what I'm saying is it's the content you're trying to get, right? So I'm saying that.
Oh no, I like both the content and there's the sound that comes out. It sounds authentic to me when it comes out the old tube radio.
What I'm saying is that you can go and you can stream data from the internet through your phone or whatever to a Bluetooth adapter that will then put the information into your radio.
It's easier.
Yeah,
to
Mike does
stream it
that a
into the
lot.
transmitter and then listen to it on any radio you got.
Or you could do like get yourself a transmitter. They sell those all over the place in eBay, right?
Yeah.
So,
See, I saw someplace you could take a RF signal generator and basically
yes.
feed it through that, and then you've got your own little AM radio station, but it broadcasts at the end of the cable.
Yep.
So,
And you can hook that up to a long wire in your garage and cover anything on your workbench.
there you go. I'm working on one radio. When I get the radio working in its original format, so to speak, its original contents, then I got to pick which kind of Bluetooth connection I want to make for it. Do I want to do what we just talked about, which is build something that produces an AM signal and send it out to be received by the radio? Or do I want to just get a little Bluetooth receiver about 1.5 inches square on a piece of green board and plug it into where the radio switches to amplification? And then I have a place for this particular radio that had a band switch, but I don't have two bands. I just have one band. So I would just switch it there and just disconnect the radio.
It can. I mean, it depends on whether you have a favorite radio and you want to do a one-on-one. You know, if you do a transmitter, then you know I've got one of the ones that everybody wants that you can't buy anymore and build, but AMT3000. But I've got an AMT3000 that covers the whole house. I can throw my MP3 player and all of the music on there, and I can get it anywhere I want. At the same time, I've got a couple of radios in the house I did the Bluetooth with. And I'll tell you, it's nice to sit across the room with your phone as a total remote control. You control the content and the volume. So both, I think, work fairly well.
Yep. Yeah, I think it also might be a way to get youngsters who might want the look of the cabinet for their house, but they're not listening to AM radio. I mean, they're just not. The hell, they're hardly listening to FM radio, but they're listening to their phones.
So on those Bluetooths, what input does it take? Because the one that Mike McCrow gave me to put into my All-American 5 radio, it came out with a 3.0 jack, and then I haven't been able to find a 3.0 Bluetooth.
It's because it's a headphone jack. Yeah.
That's just the headphone jack. It should receive Bluetooth from your phone. Your phone should talk to it over the airwaves.
Right. But I'm plugging my Bluetooth. When I buy a Bluetooth, I'm going to plug it into my radio, but the radio has a 3.0 input jack to it.
Oh, I see. The basically the output from the little Bluetooth green board into the radio.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Right. You have to do that. You buy a little jack and plug it in and split the wires. I'm sure there's a more artful way of doing that, but that would work.
No, he's already got the jack in the back of his radio, right?
But not a standard size 3.0. What is
Instead
that?
of a 3.5.
3.5 is the standard headphone jack,
Right.
Right.
So that's
But
the
I've
problem.
been trying to find a Bluetooth that's 3.0 and I haven't found one.
Why don't you just replace the jack with a 3.5?
Yeah.
Oh,
Then you
because
come
I
up-
don't have any because when I got the kits, all three of them are 3.0.
Really?
Yeah. You just need to get your handy dandy Hayco desoldering iron and have at her.
Yeah,
Yeah, there's an adapter.
you need to come to my house and get an adapter, Pat.
Oh, there you go.
I think
Okay.
we're all going to go to Blake's house.
Cool.
If I start driving now, I'll be there in about 5 days.
I'm in Seattle, so I could make it in 3 or 4 hours.
You heard about you hear about the guy from Kentucky and his truck, and he's passed in Colorado.
Yeah.
Comes up to this farmer that's running his sheep. Oh, I think I'm interrupting somebody.
No, Larry's talking. Larry, put yourself on mute.
So anyway, he's driving across Colorado, and he stops and talks to his farmer as the farmer runs his sheep across the road. And the fella from Kentucky tells him, he says, back home in my farm, he says, I can drive all day long, all night long, part of the next day, and not get to the end of my property. And the farmer in Colorado nods in and goes, yep, I used to have a truck like that too.
I like it. It was even clean.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
So, although I do have to tell you that a friend of mine gave me 5 dad jokes in celebration of Dad's big day. And the one I really like is, why do cows wear bells? Because their horns don't work.
I think I read that on a popsicle stick.
Yeah. There's others. I'll save them for later. There. Okay. We'll get something.
So Linda, are you also into radios and things or?
Oh, not, my late husband was a collector.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
And, but I lived in Seattle and was part of the Seattle Radio Club.
Okay.
I was their secretary for 20 years.
Transformers good.
Oh, wow.
And then after my husband passed away, I moved down to Oregon to be with my kids.
Oh,
So
okay.
I'm now in Oregon, so I participate in stuff,
Oh,
mostly
okay.
help with things, but I don't. I think I have 3 radios.
I see.
And I
Where,
showed you-
where in Oregon do you live?
Next to Hillsboro, Cornelius.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I know where that is.
Yeah, there was
And-
a humongous estate sale with radios and all sorts of stuff.
Yeah, you guys get me salivating with all this stuff that you guys pick up. I'm at
Oh,
a
well.
distance.
I'll put one here in the chat. I'm a member of the Puget Sound Antique Radio Association. We got lots of initials. The PSARA.
Right.
Julia sent out a link today. Somebody has a pile of zeniths, big floor standing critters that are going basically for the serious asking. So they're like, I think it said like wanted $1 a piece, and they're just gorgeous consoles. Must clear 2 outbuildings full of vintage Zenith and Philco radios and chassis. 40 radios and 20 chassis, appointment only. Serious inquiries, please. And the thing says free Zenith and Philco radios, $1. And I'm not even that much into radio. I'm more into amplifiers, and I was drooling a little. I got tissues here at the desk, so you know, I was okay after mere moments. But I just forwarded that link, so it's big radios.
Pat, is there gonna be any free radios at our trash and bash?
Oh, the PSA garage sale on August 20th? Or are you talking about something in Portland?
That's something in Portland. We have a trash and bash.
Yeah, that's the second Saturday. NW VRS always meets the second Saturday of the month.
Do you think there'll be any
so-
free consoles there?
No, we don't have any free consoles to give away. We find out that no one will buy them, even for $1. That's it. So they're not even worth picking up.
Yeah, Seattle's the same way. We've had difficulty getting rid of the consoles. Nobody has any place to store them.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a couple of guys in our club that's got too many. They've got a barn or something.
Yeah.
And they're free, so they keep taking them.
Well, to answer your question, the free table stuff, Christian, there's, I don't know, 9 huge containers of free stuff. And I gave away, I don't know, 6 containers of stuff that we've been cycling through to a guy just came by and just wanted to clear all the junk. But yeah, we've got so much stuff coming in from the Galen Fate estate that we're going to have a huge amount of free table stuff.
That'll be the trash and bash.
Yeah.
And when does this event occur?
Second Saturday of August. It's our annual electronic recycling day. It's not really trash and bash, but that's what it's, you know, commonly referred to, but it's technically a electronic recycling event.
Second Saturday of August.
This is where all the stuff in my garage goes to live in somebody else's garage until next August.
Oh, Blake gives away fantastic, nice things.
Oh, there's those radios.
Look at that.
You guys see it?
A no,
Yeah.
what is that? A no stoop, no squat, no squint Philco from about 1940, what, 2?
Wow.
Wow.
That's just one of 15 or 16 pictures.
Well, there's the famous yellow radio. I don't see those very often. They're generally.
Yeah.
There's a 42 or no, that's got to be a 42 because it doesn't have the metal plate on it. A bunch of 42s.
Yeah,
So-
one of the pictures I think has a lazy boy in it coming up.
Is that a wire recorder or is it there in the corner on the bottom?
Yeah, that looks like I had one of those. That's a Silvertone wire recorder.
Yep. AM radio and Silvertone or wire recorder.
Yeah.
Huh.
Oh wow,
Yeah, the
some of
guy in our
those
club trying to
consoles
restore one of them.
Yeah.
There's the 1942 Philco aerial antenna.
Oh, right in the back there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Let me see what kind
All
of chassis.
tastes like chicken. Oh, go back one. You got my interest in that one.
See,
That one right there. Some chassis.
Oh wow.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. See
Black
that chassis? Yeah.
Yes.
38s.
They probably came out of those consoles.
8s or 37s. I can't tell which.
It looked like there's some empty.
One on the left is a 38.
They probably didn't come out of console.
now right there on this picture, isn't that a Philco lazy boy?
Yep.
Yeah,
Well,
my Lazy Boy's cabinet doesn't look that nice.
Well, then you need this.
No, I don't. No. I'm gonna practice my refinishing. Gonna get it all finished and get the speaker cabinet finished, and then it's gonna go away.
So that one on the bottom, is that called a lazy boy or called a chair side?
Just the one, well, mine is a Lazy Boy, but it is a chair side.
Left
The
on the
chassis
bottom?
sits by the chair, not on the, the bottom, the one with no chassis in it.
Yeah.
No, the bottom one with the 3 knobs.
Oh,
Yep.
that
Yeah.
one. Don't know that one.
There's some interesting pointy knobs. Huh.
I'm missing that. I don't see it.
It's way down here. I mean,
Bottom
bottom
left,
left.
you can't
The
see
knobs
much
are
of
bottom
the
left.
picture.
oops, it's not gonna let me zoom into it. Oh, maybe it will.
Bottom,
Right
there
there.
you go.
Ah, there's a better picture of it later.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
okay.
Oops. Let me get back here. Sorry, we're out of control. We're out of control. There we go. Okay, let's go to the next one.
Now, I'm pleased to tell you that I will not be in your way.
Not fight anybody for these, huh, Blaine?
Well, I got so many radios now that actually the cabinet on the right there looks like a Zenith 119 from 1937. I'll bet that chassis went in it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
This is
Oh,
the tester there on the right.
There's
Oh,
a
that's a tube tester.
room.
That's a drugstore tube tester, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's super cool. Don't see much out of that. Can you see?
Zenith wave magnet. Yep.
Oh, on the right, far right.
Middle.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah, there's
Okay.
the.
There's the,
It's a General Electric. It is. Yeah,
and
those,
it's
those are good
it's
working
dusty.
radios.
Dusty.
Very cool. Like that.
That
How
was
about that one?
enough, though.
That a chair side too, right?
Yep.
And we got 3 of them together there. There's another chair side under there. Is that a Zenith chair side?
Nope,
This
that's
one here?
Philco.
The one on
Bilco?
One right next to it's a Philco.
Yeah,
Is it?
that may have a car radio in the top of it.
This one here?
Nope, the one next to it, the oval one.
The oval
Yep,
To the right.
bookshelf?
right there. That one may be a Philco with a car radio inside of it.
Yeah, I think we're back.
Very end of the radios before World War II, they had Motorola cabinets and Philco radios, and I think some of them were Philco cabinets with Motorola radios in them.
40 radios and 20 chassis, it says, but
Wow,
appointment only.
a lot of kindling there.
Yeah. Make good bonfire.
Yep.
Okay, did it stop for everybody?
Yeah.
Okay,
Where?
you just never know.
Off on the side there. Smoking.
Oh, yeah.
Blake, are you just assessing the radio? Or are you actually doing repairs tonight or?
Right now, I'm watching a resistor burn.
Oh,
One of those nice little Bakelite ones. It looks like a like a capacitor, but it's a little bit longer and a little bit shorter. And I would say this radio has some power supply problems.
So Chehalis is the 29th, everybody, right? Everybody know that?
We're trying to get there.
Are we gonna visit Larry? Are you gonna come, Larry? Since in your neighborhood.
Yep, Larry was coming.
Yeah, I was gonna go and
But
And then you got to get a hold of whoever you're going to meet from Portland or Vancouver up there. You were going to meet somebody for a part or 2 that you needed.
yeah, Blake was gonna bring me a part.
he needs a hood, but not for a car.
So Franklin, do we have an update on the picnic as far as stuff we're gonna need to get, or I saw Dave on here. Is he got an update either?
Dave may have checked out. I got a message from him saying he had to leave.
Oh,
As soon as he can be there. We want you as soon as you can get up there, right? As early as possible.
Well, I offered to bring an ice chest full of ice and some water.
We
Are
gotta
you
let-
gonna be working that day? Are you gonna be
I'll
Are you gonna
need
be
a lot
working,
of
Blake?
ice up there because if it's hot and people like snow cones, we'll go through 20, 40, 60 pounds just like that.
Yeah, well,
Oh,
I can
ice.
get two or three large bags in the club's chest. And I think we'll bring glasses and bottles of water, and people can think that way the ice stays clean.
Clean ice.
Yeah, Christian, see that your picture, that's a 44 tail light. So they have that, make that like a sergeant's thing on them. 39 had an oval kind of teardrop looking one. Also, the only other difference that I can tell them apart is the wing window. They had a wing window on it. So between 30 and 40.
That place out there on Pleasant Valley Road, that's somebody's place.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Fletcher
Also,
it's got a
Anderson-
landing strip. Got a landing strip too,
Like
Larry. You
airport
can fly.
air landing strip. A grass field.
Grassfield.
Grassfield landing strip. Fly right in.
Yeah.
Yeah, Fletcher Anderson owns that, and he's a member of both clubs.
Oh, okay.
And the following week on August, first Saturday in August, he has the Veterans of the Road car show there.
Veterans of the Road Car Show.
And then what's happening is a potluck and a radio swap meet tailgater.
Yeah, that'll be July 29th.
Oh, where?
Chehalis.
Chehalis,
Oh, the one in Chehalis. Yeah.
on the farm, Fletcher's farm.
So that
So
is a
we need-
potluck.
Well, the club is supplying all the hot dog, hamburgers, buns, condiments, and refreshments, and people are encouraged to bring potluck sides.
Oh, I see.
Fruits, desserts, salads, whatever other thing you'd think go with a picnic. We're having burgers, and I think are you gonna get the kind of the same deal you did last year, Franklin?
Yeah.
With
But
the
mayonnaise,
oversized,
cheese. We're adding mayonnaise and cheese and I think that was it. That was only two
Mustard.
things.
And
Yeah.
did you
Keep-
get
Yeah,
mustard?
we had condiments.
powders.
I have all that. I mean, I'll have all
Keep
that.
the mayo on ice. If it's gonna be hot, keep that mayo on ice.
Why is
Or
that?
you're gonna end up with some botulism.
Oh, I thought they just put enough salt in there, it'd never kill you, plus the preservatives.
Hey, Pat, do we have an address for that? Is there, I don't know, I haven't been able to find like where this picnic is gonna be.
Oh, didn't you get a flyer? We sent that out to everyone.
It's
So you're gonna have to,
1354 Pleasant Valley Road.
yeah, you're gonna
Okay.
have to email that whole deal out again, though.
Okay, I'll email it out here tonight.
Like the date and the potluck, and bring a side or chips or.
Are we
you know,
gonna have a
fruit.
sign up? Do we have a sign up sheet? Are we supposed to sign a sign up
We
sheet? for
had,
that?
I think they circulated one at the club, but that's always kind of limited to who, who signs it. I think there was one that was circulated at our last meeting, but I don't know about that one. I think people,
Is anybody coming to that ham radio swap meet this Saturday up here in Chehalis?
Not me.
not me.
Dan Howard might go, but I'm not sure.
Pat, did you find anybody with a pickup truck and you still got that air compressor, or did somebody get it?
Oh, Mark Lacy came by and picked it up, so he took
Oh,
the whole
okay.
thing, so I didn't have to take it all apart.
There you go.
Yeah, but no, I still haven't found anyone with the pickup that's going up.
Well,
And then I need to get your address. You emailed me your address too, Pat, so I can get up there on the 29th. Cause I was only up there once, I think.
Let's see. Exit 79.
Pat, you
And
still
then-
working on those 45 record players? A little bit.
John, do you know Dan Olson?
Yep.
Yeah, I know Dan. I bought a few parts from him before I moved out here.
Good, because he's into those too. So
Yeah,
you know that already.
Yeah, thanks for refreshing my memory, though. I haven't talked with him for a while.
No, I pretty much completed all the ones. I just got one from the last estate sale. It's one with an amplifier, so I haven't even touched that one yet.
Okay.
Won't see Paul.
I'm working on a very nice 1956 model right now. It's one of the only ones that has a like bass treble adjustment besides volume.
No.
Gary, you gotta have an Hitachi, don't you?
I used to have Hitachis, but I don't think I've got any more. I
Oh,
think I
really?
sold them all. I've got two of these RCA Victor 45 record players though that I'm looking at, and I'm hoping I can make one out of the two because they're both kind of basket cases.
Oh, why don't you show them?
Well, I think
Franklin, do you remember last year, did those guys in Chehalis provide us with spatula and some tongs?
Nope.
Because Pat was asking me about that today.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
so. This is the good one. Unfortunately, it's got wiring and it's been disconnected, and the motor is also disconnected. But the tubes are all there, the amplifier is there. It's got a tone arm, it's got a complete mechanism. So this one looks salvageable.
Right. Do you have the lids, Gary, or are those missing?
Oh, the lids are there.
Okay, good.
This one, unfortunately, somebody took all the changer guts out of it.
Oh, yeah.
So it's a parts unit. It doesn't even have a tone arm.
Hmm.
But
Yeah.
yeah.
That's too bad. Those ones have very good sound, that the particular model I find.
Yeah, I like those models.
Well, hoping I can make one of them whole and make it play again.
Well, Gary, don't throw any of those parts away because I know there was one of those that went on an sale, but it was missing the handle.
Oh, yeah.
And the other one had a broken case. So if that case is good, it's well worth keeping for parts.
Yeah, one case is good. The other one has cracks in it. So we'll have
If
to-
you ever come across a spare hinge for the lid, I'm looking for a hinge. Not the hinge, the support arm. I'm
Yeah.
not sure what you call that. Yeah.
These two both have that support hinge. So if I part one of these out, I'll make sure you get it.
Oh, that'd be great. Thank you.
Who's that?
Glad to give you a little bit for it, of course.
I paid very little for these things. Who is that?
Gary, that's John, and he's in Kentucky right now.
Oh, okay.
But you can get it to Blake, and Blake knows how to get it to John. Blake has some stuff he needs to send John, so that would work out really good.
Yeah, actually, John needs to put in an order for some parts from Blake too. So, okay, here I got a quiz for you guys.
Quiz.
I'm not sure if you can see this on my phone or not.
You need to talk so we can see it.
What
You need
is
to keep-
that?
You need to keep talking so that
Oh,
we can
okay, can
see
you
it.
see that? Can you see
Let me
that?
remove it.
Here you go.
Let me see. I'll highlight you here. Give me just a
Oh,
second.
thanks. Let's see. Is
Pull
it
it
up?
back a little bit, too close.
To go back up
We
a little
tilt it
bit.
down a
Oh,
little bit.
okay. Yeah, there we
Yep.
go.
Forward.
It's it doesn't look quite like a capacitor. It doesn't quite look like a resistor. It's white and it has 3 colored bands on it. Looks like a piece of candy.
It's a capacitor.
That's a capacitor.
Old, old school.
Probably low in value.
I've gone through this record player so extensively.
What are the
And-
colors?
Those are the only 2 things I haven't really replaced or checked because I don't know how to check it.
John, what are the colors on that
Oh,
device?
mm, well, just going by my photo, I'm not sure, but looks kind of like red, gray, blue, maybe. I have to actually go look at it to tell you for sure. Or blue, gray, red.
200, it might be a 256 puff
256.
picofarads, but
Mm-hmm.
our RGB would be 256.
I can send you the picture, but that's probably not good enough. It looks like. Huh?
Now go look at it, and I will take your word over the photograph if you look at it and tell me.
Okay, I've got another one that one of the colors is rubbed off, unfortunately. But I've got a second unit that's exactly the same, so maybe I can look at that one.
Well, we can pull a schematic on it too. What's the model number?
Okay, I'll get that for you. Just a second.
Yeah.
Hey, Mark, how you doing?
Mark, as in Mark Chavez, how am I doing?
Yeah, how are you doing? I was also talking to Mark Richardson.
Or Mark Richardson
Yeah, but that's cool.
Good.
in
Good.
Kona.
Yeah. High and dry, and no winds, of course, and no rain.
That's right. You're on the lee side of that hurricane.
Yeah, it was a mild tropical storm by it got here, but so it was just a normal rainy day for the Hilo side.
Oh,
Nice.
that's good. But a normal rainy day in Hilo means nothing at all for you.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Well, but it also means nothing for them. They're used to it.
Right, exactly. When I
So-
first went to Kona, I thought, oh my goodness, it's just like South Idaho, but the plants are a little different. Basalt and scrub and dry.
Somewhat, yeah. We've had well, this is our wet season now. In summer, summer's a wet time, so we're getting rain quite often at night there. But anyway, you know, another nothing burger.
These 3 caps.
Uh-huh.
They get all up in arms and
Um,
talk about the hurricane warnings and all this other stuff like that, and it's just get everybody stirred up for no reason. So
one negative here
Mhm.
and 1 negative here.
So Blake's talking to himself.
I'm actually talking to Scott. We're looking at the power supply portion of the Zenith, and we've got a 3-section filter that's been replaced with discrete capacitors, and we've got the negative split when they should be common. So we got to figure out what happened. You know, the first thing we'll do is we'll move this negative for this capacitor over with the rest of the negatives, since they're all common.
Okay.
Okay, I'm done. You guys can talk again. Sorry.
It's the wonderfulness of Zoom. Well, is the gentleman from Kentucky still on, John?
He's
He's away
looking
from
for
his-
something.
He went off to look for something. My wife has a pair of teal speakers. And like many speakers from the late 70s through the mid 80s, the surround, the piece between the cone and the metal rim of the speaker, they just dissolve.
they just disintegrate.
Yeah, they just go away.
They all do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the speakers are in really wonderful condition. Otherwise, the cabinets are in great shape. So I just sent both the woofers off to Rob Gillum at Coherent Source Service in Lexington, Kentucky. So
Where are you at there, Mark?
I'm in Seattle.
Oh, okay, because you know there's a place in Portland that recones them too.
Well, that would have been good to know, but it's too late now. I looked at
Okay.
a bunch of places.
You
Yeah.
can buy
And
you
the
can buy
standard
surround.
surrounds that you can purchase don't come in the diameters that fit those woofers.
Okay,
It's really twitchy. Well, I'm just gonna make up a couple of numbers. If the outside is 6.5, the inside would be 4.5. But these are 4.25.
yeah.
It's just off, so the companies that sell you a pair of surrounds for $20 and a little tube of glue, they don't have that deal.
One for that one, yeah.
So Mark, those are the ones that look like this, right?
Yes, but they're,
Yeah, I was sitting here with my tape measure. Yeah, you're right. These are just basic standard sizes.
yeah, and this one is not a standard size. I guess this guy used to work for the company that made them, which worked for Teal. So they'll get all restored by the official person. Now there's a tube for you. What you got there, Pat?
The lighthouse tube.
Yeah, lighthouse. Yeah, exactly.
Well, this came up in all the junk that we're sorting through, so we have no idea what these are, but there's, I don't know, a couple of these. It's a GE 2C40.
I know they call those lighthouse tubes, and I think they're high frequency, if I remember correctly, but
Mhm.
it's been a long time since I've ever thought about that.
Oh, we were thinking about throwing them on the free table because we didn't know what they were.
I'm
They're
sorry,
not gonna
Mark.
work, not gonna work in
what
any of
off
the
to-
low frequency radios.
They're used for transmitting.
Could be, I don't remember. I have to go look up, have to look up the number and look it up, I guess, so.
Yeah, definitely a high frequency tube, 100 megahertz or more.
Yeah, some were even microwave.
Okay, GE 2C40, right?
Mark,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, you sent what off to Lexington, Kentucky?
I sent these two speakers off to this guy who used to
Really?
work for Teal at the company, and he's
Okay.
gonna put new surrounds on them.
Oh, I live just outside of Lexington myself. I haven't found anybody in this area yet doing this kind of stuff, though. I'd love to connect with some people.
Yeah, this guy is Coherent Sound Service is his company, and he's
Oh.
on Newtown Pike,
Coherent
763 Newtown Pike, Suite 130, Lexington, Kentucky.
Sound Service.
Coherent Sound Service. No, sorry, Coherent Source Service. Sorry about that.
Coherent Source Service. Okay. Blake, I looked up those two capacitors as well as the model number, but I can maybe just text it to you at some other time when you have time. Maybe you
Just
can get back to me.
Give me the model number now. I'll write it down, look it up.
Oh, okay. Can you see that, or you want me
I
to read
see
it off to you?
Dash EY dash up a little bit.
4FK.
Dash 4FK, and you said the colors on those were red, green, red.
Yeah, and red, gray, blue.
Red, gray, blue. Okay.
Yeah, I replaced all the caps. I've been over the resistors like 3 times. For about 20 minutes, it sounded so amazing. Like it's like totally restored. It sounded so amazing. And then after 20 minutes, it started humming and and the sound just really went down. So something, I
Before
guess.
you go change those little caps, something you might want to try is change out the audio tube.
The audio tube.
Yeah, they sometimes get pretty nasty sounding after they get good and hot.
The audio tube.
Yeah, probably a
Oh, yeah. Oh, okay.
C5 or 50B5 or something like that in those little units. Or a
Oh, yeah.
35L6
I
or
tested all the tubes with my tube tester, but if you remember, my tube tester is not that accurate.
tube checkers check at the moment of the test. They don't test for longevity. That
Oh, okay.
but, you know.
So it's got 4 tubes in it. It's got a 12 AX7, a 35 C5, I think 2 of those,
Okay, that's your audio tubes.
and 35 W4.
That's the rectifier.
So you think the 35C5, one of those might be suspicious?
Yeah, it might. That would cause some distortion.
Okay, okay. And
Also,
so,
also change out the 12AX7. That's a preamp tube.
okay, okay. All right, I'll try that then. Those two capacitors, the ones that look like candy, do I test those or check them as usual on with my? Hey, there's a sound coming out of that radio.
It sounds nasty. All right, well, moving the ground line over did. There's something else.
Okay.
I'm going to mute for just a moment. I will be back, I promise.
We're saving our ears, huh?
Appreciate it.
Well, let's see now. Thinking of things. So I got a portable stereo record player off the street corner. They said it works, but one speaker didn't work. Well, that's easy to fix. But I'm seriously considering just parting it out for the amplifier. If anybody really wanted it, I could probably let you have it all in one piece. If not, it's going to become parts in my parts bins.
What kind of record player was it?
Oh, I'll step aside here and I'll find out. American, standard kind of American brand of some ilk. I think it, well, we'll find out.
I just posted the
Here it
address.
is, portable. Portable, kind of portable.
And yeah, in those days, everything was portable.
Yeah, exactly.
Even if it weighed 50 pounds, it was portable. Right?
Yeah.
Exactly right.
So I put the address of the Fletcher Farms up in the thing if anybody needed it. So
It's a Magnavox
Okay.
Micromatic.
Huh.
All transistor stereo.
let's have a look at it.
Well, I'm going to play with it. Like I said, it's just going to become a electronics learning project for me.
Is it a 3-speed record player or?
I believe that it will do 78. Let's see what we got. Oh, hell yes. It'll do 16, 33, 45, 78.
Okay, yeah, 4-speed. Okay, nice. Those are fun.
Yeah, I got an old 78 of my mother speaking at her high school graduation or something. So maybe if it fires up, I'll fire it up and record that of my mom talking when she was 18. She's passed away now.
Good
But other
night,
than that,
Mother.
I have no 78s and I'm not keeping it.
I need an idler wheel for Westinghouse turntable, but it'd be hard to see what yours looks like unless you took it apart.
Oh, this one? Yeah, Magnavox, Westinghouse and Magnavox, are they similar creatures?
Oh, well, let me go check. I thought mine was, okay, I'll go check mine just a second.
I don't think that that they're similar creatures.
Yeah, I thought they were, back then, they were actually different brands.
Well, a
Different
lot of times though, that they're, John, back me up on this. A lot of times there's a company that makes it, but they'll put them in different companies. Photographs.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Some of the same parts, just different boxes.
Like those
Right.
Japanese 5 and dime radios, they all use the same chassis. They just put different names on.
Yeah, they had BSRs and Garrard.
Yeah, that's, I was thinking they had BSRs in them.
So my youngest son is 13, but I started doing some radio repair with him, and if he's at all interested, gonna enjoy, I think, continue to do some repair work with him.
It's a bonding experience that should work out good.
Yeah, we did our first capacitor today, and it was probably about an hour almost, but because I was explaining so much to him, and he was picking it up pretty well.
Good.
If
That's
there's
great.
interest there, that's the hardest thing lately is that they don't have interest in a lot of that stuff. So
Right.
Let the robot do it.
yeah, well, I mean, they got so much more 3D printing, robots, all that kind of stuff, right? It's
the,
kinda-
the robot.
Well, it's one of the, I think one of the potential saving things that might save some bits and pieces of old radios is with 3D printing, you can 3D print knobs that look really good. A lot of little bits and pieces that you had to find an old one or you couldn't do anything at all. And now you can 3D print it.
What I'm amazed at that new bamboo printer, you can actually print like things already assembled. So that's just incredible. I mean, so there is no assembly process. It's just the amount of printing it out, which, I mean, manufacturing ideas that it'll just blow everything away. You won't even, it'll be like a replicator eventually. You just want to say, oh, I want a 3/4 inch socket, and I don't even have one. So you just punch it in and boop, there it appears. So, and
Yeah.
it'd be
Earl Grey
and
yeah.
everything.
You mean Earl Grey tea hot?
Hot,
Yeah, exactly. You're talking Star Trek, right? Or Star,
That's
yeah.
what I want. Earl Grey tea hot. I want somebody to invent something that keeps food on the plate hot. When you get something from the chef has put it gorgeously on the plate and it's just the right temperature, and then you leave it in the air and it cools off and it doesn't taste so good anymore.
That's why they used to make those little lids that the waiter would peel off at the last minute.
Yeah, I know, but it still cools down and before you finish it. I want it to
Well, see, if
stay
you
the
just-
same temperature the whole time.
Just irradiate the entire area with microwaves. That'd
Oh
be-
yeah, that would induct it. You can use
It'd work
inductive
once.
heat that plate, right? Put a coil in the plate, put a coil under your dining room table, and heat that
Yeah.
plate.
Inductive heating.
Yeah, they got them
There
on
you go.
stove. Pretty amazing,
Someone will ask the AI to invent it. We'll
and
be
they're
fine.
faster than a microwave. I mean, just crazy. And you just have
Yeah.
to have a ferrous metal.
Yeah, we'll probably, we went all electric in the house and we did a big remodel, and when I think about it, I'll probably tear the stove out. Well, it's just a, cooktop, take that out and put an inductive cooktop in.
Just be sure
Yeah.
you throw away all your non-ferrous metal.
Yep. Oh,
pans.
yeah.
Yeah.
Otherwise, your wife is going, your damn stove don't work.
It's all gotta be, exactly.
Yeah,
We just had solar panels put on the house this week. They're up and running. That's
Awesome.
kind of fun.
You got a power wall?
A power well?
Yeah, some battery storage of some kind.
No, I didn't. Here in Seattle, our grid is pretty mature. So I think I've lost power here at the house, and we've been here close to 30 years, 3 times, maybe. So rather than spend the extra $10,000 for a battery and the switch gear, et cetera, if I feel nervous about it, I'll go buy a little Honda generator and a couple of extension cords for a lot less money.
Yeah.
Now, eventually we'll probably end up with an electric car. And if we do that, then there's the potential of, if the electric car is home, of
Well,
using the electric car's battery as the storage unit. But like I said, for the moment, I looked at the prices and the maturity of our grid here in Ballard, north part of Seattle, and we're so stable, it's not worth the extra 10K for a battery. But I thought about it.
Yeah, I saw on Home and Garden Television yesterday, they put in a new countertop for the homeowner in the island, and the induction units were under the granite countertop.
yep.
And so all they had to do was just, you put the, I would have to mark it some way so that I would know where they were,
Whatever you-
where the units were. Where do I
That
put the pan? The nice thing about it though is you take the pan off and it's not hot. You know, I mean, the counter wouldn't be hot.
yeah,
Or
well, you still-
certainly not as hot.
yeah, you have,
Right.
so it's still gonna be hot, but not burn you enough to scar you, but
Yeah, I'm defying the world, and I've got gas.
Oh, I love cooking with gas, but it's time for it to go away.
there's always been that thing, right? We're cooking with gas, right? 'Cause it's so quick.
Oh, I used to cook professionally right out of college, and I love cooking on a great big gas range.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
How else are you gonna flame off the sherry in a quick saute if you don't have a flame to flame it off with?
Yeah, and the taste is better in gas. Actually.
Yeah.
It has a real, it's much more savory, I think.
it cooks quicker, and when you're done, turn it off, it stops.
Yep.
You know, with an
I know.
electric stove, I burned every time I had an electric stove, and every time I tried to cook with it, I burned something all the time.
Yeah, I've done a lot of that because I just get impatient. I want it to heat up fast, so I put it on high. That's probably too high. I
Right.
end up burning something because I was in too big a hurry. But now that I'm 66, I'm beginning to learn a little bit of patience. Not much, just a little bit.
Don't you just take the pan off the burner? I mean,
Well, you could take the pan off the burner, but then you get distracted doing something else. And the next thing you know, you've gone too far.
oh, okay.
Well, the gas stove does that too. If you don't watch it, you've got yourself a fire.
A big fire.
Yep. If I had nothing but money, what I would have is I'd have a wok with the gas jets that come all the way up the sides
Right.
of the wok.
Right.
Cooking with a wok on even a regular gas stove just doesn't cut it because you can't do it right.
You get it to
You can't-
500 degrees. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you can't get it hot enough.
You
Even
get it
with
hot
gas.
enough, and you got to get the heat up the sides, and you can't do that either. And
Right.
yeah,
Wok burners, though, they need even a larger,
oh yes,
they just suck up the gas like crazy. You got to even
Oh,
have
yeah.
a special valve for it to open it up big enough.
yeah.
Because a standard valve won't work on it. I've worked on lots of them, so.
Like I said, if I had nothing but money, but I don't, so I won't.
Then you'd also need an exhaust system and a fire extinguishing unit
Yeah,
too.
a type 1 hood and a
Yeah, exactly.
K, was it K series fire extinguisher?
Yeah, exactly.
I do my
Yes,
walk
30
cooking
years of
outside.
architecture will do.
Oh yeah, what do you do with a barbecue?
I've got a red label regulator for my propane. I do all my cooking outside, and that thing gets really hot when I cook. The wok deflects all the heat, so you're standing in there, and it's just like it, bakes you.
They cook crabs with a propane crab cooker, and it was just like, but that sucker would suck down that propane to heat that water up, but it heated up fast and it'd get hot.
I just ate
Fresh
dinner and
crab
I'm
on-
hungry.
Fresh crab on the beach with a
Yeah.
crab. Right?
Hey, I'm noticing we have a plethora of marks this evening. 2 Ks and 2 Cs.
Marks and Mikes. We have lots of
And
them.
yeah,
We always have lots of Marks and Mikes and Dicks. Or the older generation are all Richards.
Yeah.
Yep.
yeah. I worked at a restaurant once. We had 3 Alice's, Boy Scouts honor. We had 3 Alice's, 2 Marks, 2 or 3 Janes, and 2 or 3 Davids.
That in there.
And so everybody had to be Mark the waiter. I was Mark the dishwasher.
I was
Alice-
Mark 2
You were Mark 2. That works.
because where I used to work at Rogers years ago, Mark Richards,
160.
who I went to school with, was there as a salesman, and then I came on as a tech. So it's Mark 1 or Mark 2 because our last names are about the same. See, so
I've never had another Franklin that I've known actually.
no, okay.
Through all through
Yeah,
high
we-
school, college, through trade school, all that kind of stuff. Never.
Although the interesting thing, the place I worked, we had a lot of people with the same birthday.
Place I worked had a lot of Ochitas.
Yeah, that's true.
You're all related to Franklin.
And we're all related. Any Ochita I'm related to, so.
Yeah.
I
For
see
me,
Chavez
for,
is kind of like Johnson in Spanish. There's about 1 billion of us.
I saw both of them about a month ago. Went to their mother's funeral.
yeah, for me now, it's kind of strange to be in some large room with a bunch of people and I'm the only John. My whole life, there was like 4, in my grade school classes, there was always like 3 or 4 Johns. And so now to be the only one, it's kind of weird.
Yeah.
We used to have 3 Johns here, but we renamed the one upstairs Jim. You know why we did that? So when I go to work and talk to my buddies, I can tell them the first thing I do when I get up in the morning is go to the gym.
Oh, how about you, Pat? Have you known anybody named Pat? I mean, there's a girl's named Pat too, right?
No, no.
Brother-in-law's name is Pat.
My brother's name, Patrick,
Patrick, yeah.
but my
Lots of-
mom's name is Pat too. It's Patricia.
And I've got a nephew named Patrick.
Yeah, my nephew's middle name is Patrick.
You don't see
Still
Gary
around.
anymore. You don't. You used to
My
see Gary.
birthday's on St. Patrick's Day. Does that count?
That counts.
You used to see a lot of Garys.
But then I haven't met anybody that spells their name the same way that I do.
With the Y, huh?
Yeah.
But you have
I'm
to
named
correct
after-
everybody.
It is. I knew a Linda spelled with the Y, but I got to remember where she was.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, wow.
Anyway, apparently when I was born, my father's favorite aunt was named Lynette.
Hmm.
So her name was spelled with a Y. And they didn't want to name me Lynette, so they named me Linda, but they put the Y in there.
I know a girl named Lynette, and her sister was Suzette. Lynette and Suzette.
Woohoo!
They were from Hawaii, Mark.
Okay.
Come to Oregon from Hawaii.
In our family, we have fun with initials. My mother's name was Verna, and her maiden name was Way, so she was VW. She could hardly wait to get married, and then she married my dad. Went from VW to VD.
That should be my first class, and people don't understand my initials, the FO. What does that mean, right?
Brian's middle name is Andrew, and his initials are bad.
Bad.
My daughter's initials are K and D, but I think those really belong to Brian. He's the kind one.
There was
Yeah,
a Japanese Mitsubishi a car called the FTO, which was my initial.
Uh-huh.
Instead of a GTO.
Blake,
it's a-
what is Brian working on these days?
Brian works for a company called Loud AF, and he is building cable assemblies for
Oh,
high-end audio gear. So he's over here.
he's not doing wood burning anymore.
Oh yeah, he still does wood burning, but
Oh, okay.
he has fun. I don't know if anybody here has seen any of Brian's wood burning, but I should show them. I should show
Very-
them B17 that he did.
Yeah, very impressive.
Let me go get that because that's kind of intriguing.
So Franklin, you're named after a car?
No. I'm named I'm named after my dad. His name was Frank. And then his middle name was the same. Middle name was Toichi. My middle name is Terry. So we have the same initials.
Here's some of Brian's work. Now, what you need to understand is he has a gel pad and a wood burning tool. That's it. There's no laser here. This is all done freehand.
Wow.
But the piece that he does that people like to buy, and he's done, I think he's done 4 or 5 of them, is he does these cutaways.
Oh,
that
sure.
is- that is the cutaway
Wow.
17.
That's a B-17, yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, he does the 24 and the 29, and haven't gotten him to do a 36 yet, but he does just a whole ton of World War II.
Oh, that's pretty, yeah, my
and cutaway.
dad was a B-24 pilot, so yeah, that's
Oh,
pretty cool.
awesome. Yeah, he does a B-24 as well. But he's over there tonight working on cables, making money.
Money's good, I found.
Mhm.
Making cables, huh?
Yeah, that's what he does these days.
So while I got a whole crew of new people, I'll ask a question. So I picked up electronics as I was retiring from architecture because I wanted to do something that I knew nothing about, because it's going to keep the brain going if you got to start from scratch. So I'm starting from scratch. Is there anythings that you folks would recommend as a great place to start reading? I've watched lots of YouTubes. I have not electrified myself yet. So
Marcus and Levy,
Marcus,
Fundamentals of Radio Servicing, 2nd edition. I think it came out in 19. I'll get it to show it to you. Anybody who knows me knows that's my favorite book, but you know, it's just one man's opinion.
Fundamentals of Radio Servicing.
Yeah,
Are you up in the Seattle area?
I
Yeah,
am. I'm
you're
in
in Ballard,
Ballard.
right?
Hmm?
Are you going to the August swap meet?
Oh, hell yes.
Okay. I will be at the Passara Club table,
Okay.
and I have my husband's collection of radio manuals. And
Oh,
I think the book that he's talking about might be in there.
Yeah, here's a
So-
picture. It's the 2nd edition is green, and Elements of Radio Servicing. If you find Elements of Radio, that gets pretty heavy into the engineering side of it. This is for people who want to repair radios. And there's a 1st edition, 2nd edition. I think the 1st edition came out in 38. This one includes information on the AC/DC radios. The last edition I had was from 1964. So it was kind of I think it was used at the college level, or at least a technical level, for many, many years. This,
okay.
if you do a search online, you may also find it. But what I can tell you is, if Linda's got one of these, any of the volumes of this, get it.
Yeah, okay. Anyway, I'm gonna try and be at the swap meet fairly early so that I can
Okay.
set up, but, so,
Let's see, when
yeah,
that's August, when is that?
the
August
20th, August 20th.
August 20th. That's right. Yep. I'll see you there then, Linda.
Yeah, and hopefully, I don't remember. There are about 20 or 30 different books that he had. And I also have a bunch of those radio boys, the old,
The stories.
the Starries. And so I have a bunch of people in the Seattle Club that collect those kinds of things. So they're going to be swarming me first thing in the morning to see what I've got. But
Okay, I'll be there bright and early.
I'm gonna put them out on the table, and everything's going for $5.
There you go.
$5 a piece, anything. Just, and the Seattle Club gets first crack at it. So,
Well, folks,
anyway,
I have a guest here, and we need to get deep into his radio, and I don't want to bore the rest of you with it. So I'm going to go ahead and check out for the evening. John, good to see you. I've looked at your schematic. I don't see either of those components on it. But I'll print it and we'll chat more by phone or by some other means.
Sounds good. Great to see you, Blake. Thanks for the help as always. And
Likewise.
have a good
Bye,
evening.
everybody.
Yep, take care.
Night, bye.
Bye.
Bye, Brian. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
already 11:30 over here in Kentucky, so I'm gonna probably be heading to bed here as well pretty soon. But great being with you guys again, and
Yeah.
and I look forward to joining you on future weeks as well.
Hey,
Yeah,
John.
take care,
Before
everybody.
you go,
Nice meeting you.
do you have the model number of that 45 record player that I was showing earlier? I can't seem to find the model number of it.
Oh, okay. I could get it for you. I don't know it offhand, but I could get it for you.
Okay.
Let's see. You're looking for the model number of your record player?
Yeah. I
Well,
found the
if
data,
you're-
on the changer part, but the rest of it, the amplifier and speaker in the box and so forth.
Oh, okay. You don't have the bottom plate. It's always on that bottom plate on the inside.
Yeah, there's a label there, but there's no model number on it.
Oh, okay. Hang on a couple minutes. I'll try to get it for you.
I'll put my email in the chat.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that'd be good.
Okay, I think I'm take off too. My wife just came home from having a talk with some friends. So I'll go
All
pay
right.
attention to my other half. You folks have a good evening.
Thanks for
Thank
joining
you.
Yeah, take care. Bye-bye.
See you in Seattle.
every Wednesday.
Yeah, every Wednesday.
Yep, good.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to head out myself.
All righty. Linda, those books are sell for a lot online, I just noticed. Just letting you know.
I don't care.
Okay, I just gonna let you know.
I'm not in it for the money. I want to share the knowledge with people that will appreciate them.
Awesome. I'm sure they will.
All
Looks like
right.
it's a good book because it sells for quite a bit.
Yeah, well, I don't
Right.
know if I have that particular book that he's
Yeah.
talking about.
Yeah, that's true.
So we'll see what happens once I get them all out on the table. So, okay, have a nice evening. See you
You bet.
next
Thanks
week.
for coming, Linda. Thank you.
See you, Linda.
Yep.
Bye.
Yeah, I've
Bye.
got to go too. I've got company over and they're waiting for me. So I will see everyone next Wednesday.
Sounds
Bye,
good.
Bye, Blake.
Did you get Gary's email there, John?
Yeah, let me go back to that. Where are we at here? Second. Yeah, let me pull it up here now. Chat, I guess. Oh, okay, here we go. I'll write that down. Thanks. G. E. Johnson. 7388 @gmail. Okay, I got it. Thanks, guys.
Great. Thank you.
All right, take care. Have a good evening.
Good night.
All right.
Mark, we can see your fan flicking rack. It looks like your video's flickering.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, you can probably see it on yours, huh?
Yeah, I
it's okay.
do. I see it in mine too.
I just hey, something's
I
going
see
on.
it in the I see it in the room, but it's
Yeah.
it's a necessity, you know.
Oh yeah, I bet.
Well, because we don't turn the air conditioning way down. We just leave it set about indicated about 80. I think it's about 78, 79, and just the extra little motion makes it comfortable. So and it's real humid out today. It was in the upper 80s and extra humid because of the storm that went past. It did raise the humidity up. So
Yeah.
Just a tropical storm though, right? It wasn't that.
yeah, well, it was briefly, I think, a hurricane, but it's typically what happens. They form off of the coast of Mexico, head this way, and they usually hit cooler water, and they they downgrade, this one went, I don't know, even if it was maybe just a 2 maybe. And then it went down to a weak tropical storm, but it's still lots of rain.
Mhm.
And the thing is that they almost hit the other side of the island anyway. And so they get shredded once they hit the mountains, because, I mean, you got
Yeah.
the 2 tall mountains there, so nothing ever happens. It just dumps the rain on that side. A hurricane would have to come around south of the island and then make a really sharp, like about a 270-degree swing to come around to hit this side of the island. So it's like
I agree.
not a
Oh,
concern.
yeah. Can imagine
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Or is that deep water? That's deep ocean there in between there.
Yeah.
When you
That's
get to
deep
that
air. Yeah.
deep cold ocean, it's gonna.
Well, I don't know how cold. Well, I mean, okay, near the shore of the oceans, high 70s, very high 70s in the winter, and 82, 3, I guess, in the summer, which is now. So, or coming up, for peak temperature. So, but that's at the surface, and I don't know what it is out in the open ocean. See.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. You shouldn't have any trouble.
Yeah. Oh no, it's already passed. I think it was setting off the motion alarm all last night at the cabin, but I think it's pretty well cleared out now.
John came
I'll take a look.
Do you have something to say, John? You can see you come back. Oh, we can't hear you. You're muted.
Okay, there we go. Yeah, Gary, it's the 45 EY3. EY-3.
All right, thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a great machine. I hope you can get those working. I've worked on them quite a bit. Not sure. It's not easy to explain, over the phone or something, but
No, I downloaded a whole bunch of documentation on the changer from Radio Museum.
oh, okay. Well, good. All right. Well, good luck with that and have a good evening, guys.
Thank you.
Bye.
I don't know if you can. That's the camera looking south to the south point of the island. It's kind of, but the lava field there and the trees are not really moving much at all. So it's pretty calm, and there's no rain coming on the roof.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, get any kind of rain, you'll see it dripping off the roof. Yeah. It's pretty, it's gone.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
All the troubles are over.
All the non-troubles.
That's always good, right? Hey.
And like I said, it didn't even, I mean, it was just dead calm here today. Just really, humid, but just nothing.
Sounds good. It's been pretty
Well,
warm.
I
better go too.
Yeah.
We'll see you later. Bye, Gary.
See you later.
Bye, Mark.
See you, Mark. See you all.
All righty. See you guys next week. Bye.
Yeah.
Enjoy.